right, welcome to the Hunt360 podcast. I'm E3 King. I'm here with founder of Hunt360, Jeremy Williams, and our friend Jacob Herman from Night Fision. Jacob, how you doing today?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm glad to be here. A little wore out. The show's wearing me down here at Sheep Show, so I think we've got one more banquet to go, and then we had the SHOT Show, so.
Final hours.
The final hours, yeah. I think everybody's waiting on this drawing over here. They're giving away about 6 sheep hunts, so.
Oh, I know that's what you're waiting on.
I
saw
am.
all those tickets you have there.
I'm an aspiring sheep hunter. I'm going to have to aspire to lose some weight if I draw one, so.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. Maybe they'll give you more than 4 weeks to do it in.
Yeah, I'm swelled up like a tick on a dog's rear end right now.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, what all you do, and what got you in the hunting world.
My name's Jacob Herman. I'm the director of sales for Night Fision. We make the world's best tritium handgun sights. And our parent company is Kaminga Compass, so we make all of the Lensatic 3H compasses for the U.S. government and 50 NATO countries. And I guess I was born into hunting. My granddad had the largest big game checking station in the state of Tennessee. It was Sonny's Bait and Tackle on Center Hill Lake.
Oh.
And so I grew up, and he was a pretty good fisherman. He fished the Bass Tour in the 70s, and he fished with Mr. Man there in Alabama. I remember when I was a little boy, I went down to Eufaula and fed that bass.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. So they took my granny and mama and all of us. We went to Panama City and we stopped. Mr. Man and my granddad had fished together for years, and he opened the bait shop there on a Sunday as we was driving to Panama City and let me feed that fish.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they've got pictures of that. You know, the big tank he had, and
on that glass wall, you can see.
And to Stan Sloan, Zorro Baits. You remember Zorro Baits? Mr. Sloan up in Sparta, Tennessee with the aggravator.
I know. No, I don't.
So that was in the 80s and 90s. That was the best spin bait you could get, was the aggravator. And I remember being a little boy and going over to Mr. Sloan's house. I was the only kid allowed in there because I didn't touch nothing. Because my granddad would whoop my rear end if I touched something. So I was kind of born into it.
Sort of what we need still today.
We need some
rear end whooping.
They don't whoop kids in school anymore, apparently. I'd get mine at school and then go home and get it again.
Yeah.
But, and in the outdoor business and space, I've worked for several gun manufacturers over the years and worked at the NRA when I was a kid. And currently I'm blessed enough to sit on the Safari Club International's legislative committee. So we try to fight the good fight there. And I'm a member of the Professional Outdoor Media Association and life member of Wild Sheep, life member of NRA and all that good stuff. And I like to shoot guns and hunt and apparently come to shows and hang out.
Yeah. God, gun, and United States.
Yeah.
So
we have a good time. My girlfriend's here looking around for a stuffed sheep somewhere. She's looking for the free. They've got a T-shirt. So if you find this stuffed animal, so she's on the hunt for that thing in here.
That's a pretty good idea. Have a little
contest.
Contest.
Yeah. She's been walking every aisle looking for it. We saw it yesterday and didn't know what it was for.
Who's putting that on?
The wild sheep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might should try that next year. We set us up a little scavenger hunt here.
Yeah.
And have a little competition.
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but.
Well,
no.
you probably hit it very good, so she.
I wish they'd asked me to
day.
hide it. They didn't ask me, so if I would have, I'd have hit it real good.
That's pretty funny. Well, so tell us a little bit about your hunting ability. I mean, where you been? I know you said you've been to Africa.
Been to Africa 4 times. Had a blast. Love it. It's my favorite thing to do.
Whack 'em, stack 'em.
Man, it's great. Now we've done some hard hunting over there. I chased a eland one day. For 4 days one time. And
same eland.
Same eland. We'd track it and we'd go to bed. And then we'd walk after it the next day. We just walked after this thing for 4 days. Finally got it.
Man.
It was a lot of fun, but there's a lot of different ways to go, and you get out of what you put into it. And we go and we hunt, we spot and stalk and walk, and it's nothing for us to do 10, 15 miles a day on foot. We have a really good time, and I think some of the guys I've took with me are not prepared for all of the walking. They've heard stories. Oh, you sit in the blind or you sit in the truck, and we jump out of the truck, and we hump it.
That's good. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. So I've shot two different breeds of zebra and made real nice rugs out of them, and looking to shoot the other one. But I'm gonna go after Cape Buffalo in August, and I didn't go this year. I didn't go in 2019. We pulled an elk and mule deer tag for the state of Montana, and my girlfriend, she's from Lewistown, so we went up there and unsuccessfully went in the back country the first time because it was just so hot.
All right.
And we were 20 miles in on horseback and doing all that stuff like you see on all these boys on Instagram do, and I was unsuccessful. It was an unsuccessful week.
I mean,
And
you're just like the rest of the Instagram crew.
Yeah, and man, you talk about you're that far back and hiking and sleeping in a tent, and you're 4 days in, you've not even heard one.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's at. We're 30 minutes till the drawing right there.
No, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you can be going on your first sheep hunt.
I wish. I'm gonna have to lose some weight. I'm about 30 pounds overweight right now.
Fingers crossed.
But it's it's pretty. It's really when you're that many days in and you're that tired, worn out, and beat up. And I don't like horses anyway. And it drains on you. You spent you're 3 or 4 days in. Your ass hurts from the horse, and your feet hurt from the climbing, and you don't hear one.
Then you mentally start hurting.
It's rough, yeah. So then I went back. I had a tag, and Blade shoot up the B Diamond K, and they've got a big outfit. It's right beside the Matador. Their ranch is in Dillon, Montana.
Yeah.
And they got about 40,000 low fence acres. And the only high fence they've got, they raise hay, and they've got high fence around the hay barns to keep the deer out.
Yep.
And he had a guy cancel, and I had a tag, and I went and shot the biggest whitetail I've ever shot, 149 inches of free range Montana whitetail.
And that's a really nice Montana whitetail.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I had to use a borrowed gun. I used a gun. I know the Weatherby guy was on here yesterday, so I shot my gun ended up in Salt Lake somehow. I didn't have a gun, binoculars, pocket knife, nothing. We went to the pawn shop, and I bought a pocket knife, and he let me use his binoculars. I borrowed a .38 pistol out of the truck to carry, and he had a 7mm Weatherby Magnum Mark V, and it was like a laser beam.
That's good.
So I really enjoyed shooting that, so much so that I've looked at Weatherby since we've been here.
Yeah, I just got back from their booth a minute ago to check out those new rifles they were telling us about earlier in an earlier podcast. They're really nice.
I'm getting Allie a Camilla. We went and looked at those yesterday, and she's going to get a Camilla and through it because we're leaving August 5th. So me and the guys from Polymer 80, the handgun company, and some more boys are going to go over to Africa on the 5th of August.
Nice. So what part of Africa? South
We're
Africa?
We're going to go to South Africa there on their first one. We're going to go to South Africa there. And we were talking to the guy last night about going to Cameroon, but I'm going to take them on their first one to South Africa and see how they like it. Some people don't take to it.
Yeah.
And I just took a guy on his first deer hunt, his first hunt he'd ever been on. We took him down to Pearsall, Texas, and it's right there in Frio River. And they do a lot of crops there, and it's not as a lot of parts of Texas, a lot of high fence.
Yep.
And this is all cropland. And he'd never shot a deer before, and we took him down, and I thought, man, I don't know if I want him to shoot a buck and then him not like it. You never know. He's a grown man and never shot one. And so we shot a doe the first day.
Yeah.
And he was super excited. We made him get in there and cut on it and, do his part, and he loved it. And I said, all right, well, since you've liked that one, you're going to buck hunt from here on out. I didn't want you to shoot a buck from the start and then you not enjoy it. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. I ended up taking a lot of people hunting, it seems like, lately, except the squirrels. I love squirrel hunting.
We're still here waiting for an invite.
Man,
get ready to take somebody.
It is a long list. I try to knock a few of them out a year, but people like to go, and if they've never been or don't have anybody to go with, it's hard. It's hard to just. It takes a lot of personal. I don't know what the word is, but like if you've never been hunting and you want to just start and you don't have nobody to go or something, it takes a lot to just go yourself. I got a buddy in California doing it.
Yeah, I mean, they got to learn from scratch. They got to get all the right products, the hunter safety cords. I mean, they got to go through all that.
We didn't have all that stuff when I was a kid. You just needed a gun.
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, we had a BB gun. We shoot lizards.
Right.
I mean, we just went. We killed something.
I had like an old-timer pocket knife to gut the deer with. Now you need all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it is. It's if you get online, it's intimidating, I guess, if you don't have nobody to take your ass.
Yeah, you're right. But you're a good mentor, so that would
that's a stretch, but I try.
Well, I mean, at least you're doing it.
Right.
How many people don't do it?
A lot of people don't take anybody. And a lot of people just don't want. They're embarrassed. They don't think they get online. They're like, man, I'm not as good as these guys. I'm not going to try to pass it on. But I think everybody's got something to add, especially if you're from the South. I mean, we all grew up hunting.
Yep.
And taking somebody or letting them hunt your place is at least a start. It's like people buying handguns and stuff and never bought one or didn't grow up around guns. They got to have a start somewhere.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
Yeah, they just got to jump in there. Best place to start hunting is squirrel hunting.
I love squirrel hunting.
I do too.
I love squirrel hunting.
Growing up as a kid, it taught me so much. Being still, being stalk. I mean, them squirrels are smart. I mean, smarter than you think they were.
We were getting antsy this year, and there wasn't anything to hunt. I don't bow hunt. I'm not a bow hunter. I was like, man, I need something to hunt. And squirrel season was open. I told my girlfriend, I said, I've not squirrel hunted in years. And we've taken up with it. We went about 15 days this year.
That's awesome.
And a lot of them were unsuccessful days, but I called around. We live in downtown Nashville. I got a farm about an hour outside of town, but we live right downtown. So I posted on Facebook. I said, has anybody got, spots close to downtown that they wouldn't mind me come shooting your squirrels? And I had a big response. A bunch of guys within 10 or 15 minutes of the house said, hey, we got, 10 acres here, 15 acres there. And we loaded up the 20 gauges and went to the woods and killed some squirrels.
That's
just
awesome.
within 10 minutes of, Metro Davidson County there.
That's probably better than the city park.
I wish we could shoot them in the park.
No,
There's some big squirrels at the park. I'd like to put a snare out there. There's
big old
big
fatties,
ones.
huh?
Yeah, they're fat. They get fed popcorn all year round.
And peanuts.
And peanuts. Yeah, there's some pigeons there. We've ate it, but we just got back from England. Me and her went on our first roe deer hunt. So we spent 2 weeks in England. We just got back a week and a half ago. And shot some roe deer up near in Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
And that's wild. But they shoot pigeons and eat them.
Really?
Yeah, and they're really good. They make like fried pigeon and pigeon pie. And
Well, anything fried is good.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
And I look at them pigeons at the park and I'm like, man, I'd like to smoke them and fry them up. That'd be good.
Look at them pigeon legs.
Yeah, I like it. And you're from Perry, Georgia.
Yeah, that's right. Perry,
Originally?
Georgia. No, I'm actually from Monticello, Georgia, where the home of like Tricia Yearwood and a couple others. But that's where I grew up, went to school, then moved to Perry as I got married and started a family.
Have y'all got a lot of squirrels in Perry, Georgia?
Actually, there's more squirrels where I grew up at because it's more of the. I live right on what they call the fall line, and north of the fall line is more hardwood timber. South of the fall line is more of a swampy type pine timber,
Right.
pine plantations. So now I live in the pine agriculture type area, so there's not quite as much habitat for the squirrels. They're still there, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of fox squirrels, if you ever know what a fox squirrel is, the colored squirrels. But the north where I'm from, I mean, we had squirrels everywhere. I mean,
Which do you think tastes better?
the gray squirrel.
That's a hotly debated topic.
So when you take a gray squirrel into your granny's house cleaned and let her make you some squirrel dumplings,
Right.
man, it don't really matter what kind it is.
We're trying to get enough to make squirrel tacos in the slow cooker.
That might be pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's mostly the difference in the people preparing the squirrel. And maybe that gutted the squirrel is sitting in the back of the pickup truck a little too long. I can't tell a big difference between a fox squirrel and a gray squirrel if they're cleaned and iced right.
I've really never shot the fox squirrels too much, because they were cool to see when we saw them. I mean, we didn't see a lot of them. Now we see more and more of them.
Yeah.
So because we have a lot of pecan orchards where I live now, so the pecan farmers, they'll almost pay you to shoot them, because they're eating
You
20
give 'em my
pounds of nuts a
number.
year. Yeah, they love it.
I'll come down. I'll hook them up on a squirrel problem.
And hogs, wild hogs too. We have the wild hog problem.
Do you ever go over to Albany and Thomasville
Oh,
and shoot quail?
Oh yeah, sure have.
I love that.
That is
I love
awesome.
that. I went down to, what is it? Rio Piedra in Albany, Georgia.
Yeah.
And that was an Orvis Lodge. And I don't know how we got invited, right? Because I was a kid.
I don't know. You really must have done something.
I was 22, 23-year-old, and I had no business being there.
Yeah.
And
They
shot.
probably felt the same way when they
Yeah.
lived there.
They borrowed. I called a buddy of mine who worked at Craigoff at the time. He's at NRA now to say, hey, loan me one of them high-dollar shotguns.
Yeah.
And he sent me a 28 gauge Craigoff that was like $30,000. I took that thing quail hunting. It's nice.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
That's
Had
cool.
a good time. I'd like to go back. We don't get to quail hunt a lot. I went down to Texas this year in August on with Academy Sports. We went down with them and shot their new yielded shotgun.
Yeah.
And went on a Texas dove hunt. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Was it Bob White quail?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, dove. We went on a
Dove.
hunt.
Okay,
Opening day of dove
okay,
season.
I got you.
And it was down around Houston. Oh God, it was hot.
Yeah, it's
It's
always
hot.
hot. Was it around Labor Day weekend?
Yeah. September, August, whatever it opens down there.
Yeah.
And we shot. I wanted to see if that shotgun works. So I think I shot more. I shot a flat of shells just up the sky, right, just to see if it.
Just see it
And
work.
that Turkish shotgun, it just kept ticking, man. It was nice.
Can't blame it. I mean, roll.
Yeah, if you got, it's $400 shotgun is great.
Man, I'll tell you, you take those doves, roll them things up, or I like flaying them out, flay the breast out, and
That's what I do.
Quick fry them in some olive oil in the pan.
they wouldn't let us clean them in the field,
Really?
Oh,
which was
you know
weird.
why?
What was the reason?
I don't know.
Well, it's because they don't want because they want to count on them in case you get stopped by the.
I don't know.
In case you get checked.
Well, so we were in a rental car, and I cleaned mine while he was driving down the highway
In the rental car.
in the rental car. So I just rolled down the window
Just
and I plucked that bird out there and I'd breast it. Them feathers just fly off, you know.
like a
And
pillow flying out the
I'd
window.
pop them breast fillets out, put them in a plastic bag under my feet, just then put the bird in another plastic bag, get the next one, and them guys just freaked out, man. I was like, y'all obviously have never been around a red deck. I'll clean anything driving down the road. It don't matter to me.
You got a wild turkey up there in front.
Yeah,
seat.
so we just
Right.
I plucked clean plucked, whatever you want to call it, but my limit and somebody else's while I was just driving down the road.
Yeah.
And then got back to the Spring Hill Suites Inn and Suites there, and I used the sink and washed my breasts off and then put them in baggies and froze them in that little fridge there.
That's it. Man, you're definitely from South.
Oh,
doubt.
man.
No
I'm the
doubt.
last redneck in Nashville.
Last one?
In Nashville proper, yeah. We live in one of them big, nice high-rise condos down there with the saltwater pool and spin classes, and I'm the last redneck. Our apartment manager, she said, yeah. So one of my business partners lives there, and she said, y'all got some nice stuff. Y'all got like zebra rugs and machine guns. I'm like, yeah, man,
Hell
it's
yeah.
nice.
That's sweet.
She wouldn't know a machine gun if it fell out of the sky and hit her in the head, but she thinks they all look the same.
Yeah, she sees that automatic shotgun.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
That's
We have a
sweet.
good time. Have y'all had fun at the show?
Oh, yeah, it's been awesome, man. I tell you, what about you?
I've had a blast. This is my 5th one.
Yeah.
So I love Wild Sheep Show.
It's one of the best shows there is. I mean, it's the camaraderie, the connections you make. I mean, it's just, but not to mention the money that's raised for conservation is off the chain.
Did you go to the backpack race?
No, we were there, but we left right before it started.
So we've got some buddies that work over at Six Site, and I think they were on the podcast this
Oh, yeah.
morning. And Jason was our ringer, right? You know, he's a guide and fairly fit dude, and he's got long hair that
What do you
looks
mean?
like he's
whoa,
fit.
whoa, whoa.
Looks
Fairly
like
fit?
Thor-
What do you
looks
mean
like Thor.
fairly fit?
Lot
This
fitter than
Joker,
I
this
am.
Joker is fit as a dang.
No, he wasn't last night. He caught both of those luggage racks, and he was about 30 foot behind the other guy when the other guy crossed the finish line. I thought, man, you were supposed to win, dog. Like, you messed that up. You dropped the ball on us. And he said it could have been to make Coors beers I had before the race.
So what does a winner get? Is there a prize?
There's a
or-
belt buckle, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. That's a
And
guy
Lord knows
that-
I don't like horses, and I ain't riding the bulls. So that'd be the only way I'd win a belt buckle.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you.
we were gonna. There's my girlfriend behind us there staring at us. So
She should come over and get on
Are you
camera.
gonna come talk? I talked about how you was the world's foremost squirrel hunter.
And also, she's hunting for a teddy bear or something.
Yeah, did you
Did you
stuffed
find
animal?
that bear? Did you find the stuffed animal?
Pull
You
it up.
gotta talk.
You
Yeah,
got to
take
talk
it.
right here.
So
Don't be whispering.
they've got a horse packing contest, and I'm trying to convince her we're going to get a fake horse and learn
Yeah.
how to pack.
So you're going to get that mannequin horse
I'm going
and
to
go
get the
ahead
mannequin horse and learn how to pack on it, and we're going to come win that contest.
So it's a team effort. And one on each
Yeah.
side.
I don't
There
know
you
if
go.
they'll let you win if you've never packed a real horse.
Did he tell you about the time that he fell off the horse?
No.
I jumped off the horse. There's a difference.
Very good horseman, so
I don't try to be either.
might even be asking too much.
Go ahead and tell the truth. Did you jump or did you fall?
I jumped.
Throw.
I jumped.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Jumped.
I jumped.
Okay.
In fear for my life.
You weren't on the side of a Montana mountain, were
Yeah, I
you?
was. I come off that thing. I said, look, man, I can jump. I had them crispy boots on. And I thought it said in the warranty, if you jump off a horse, you won't break your ankles in these boots, right? So I just leapt off that thing. I'm not in any shape, way, or form adapt enough on a horse to try to control it or let it do anything different than what it wants to do.
Yeah.
And it wanted to go down the mountain. I wanted to be off of it.
I mean, I'm from Montana, and so bringing the southern guy up north and watching him try to ride horses and climb mountains is pretty funny.
No, don't be laughing at the southern
He
guys.
talks a big talk.
No, that's not cool to be cracking on southerners now. You are a southern now. You didn't
I know,
move,
I
so
know.
She's an import model.
You know.
You also didn't hear the story of him trying to climb a mountain in the snow.
Let's hear it.
Oh, I'm telling you, these stories.
They get better. She's a good thing she showed up.
Oh man, there's all kinds of.
So she's not telling the whole story. She took me on a mountain hike on our first date, And she weighs about, so you can see, y'all are live here on camera. She weighs about 110 pounds. And I weigh a lot more than that.
Maybe what, 130?
Like 130. And she was on top of the snow. And I was about 4 feet in the snow. And we're about halfway up this mountain. And she goes, we should have brought snowshoes. I've never worn a snowshoe, but I felt like maybe she was correct because what was happening was not working. I was up to my waist in snow, and she's like pitter-pattering around on top of it because it's frozen. And I'm like, this is not fun.
It was our first date, and it was a disaster.
It's a good thing you look good.
Oh, boy.
There ain't no way I'd have climbed that mountain, boy.
That's
It
funny.
was really bad.
It worked out okay. I persevered to the top.
Like 6 hours to get to the top.
It's a lot of snow.
Well, maybe it was actually a 12-hour real climb, and you did it in half the amount of time.
Yeah, that's it.
I can climb it in an hour.
She runs up.
She's
the thing in the
Superwoman.
summer. She's like, she'll call. She'll be like, I'll call you from the top of the mountain. Like 45 minutes later, she calls.
And you're sitting at home sipping on your coffee.
Yeah. Kevin Orthman's texting me. He's like, what are you doing? Kevin's the director of the Professional Outdoor Media Association.
Yeah.
I always forget some podcaster films, so the guys on there on the internet over here will be like, what? Who's that guy texting?
Yeah, everybody's watching you like, man, look at that guy.
What's the coolest thing y'all seen here?
Oh, man. I actually watching those guys win those sheep hunts yesterday. Watching the reactions of how excited they're for their first coming out of the one, you know.
I'd have lost my mind.
I mean, they did. I mean, they
So how would
jumped
you
over
have
there.
entered the stage?
I'd have cried
He would have ripped his shirt off.
and ripped my shirt off.
You
One
would've
guy
got up
jumped,
there.
there was one somersault, so you'd have to up that.
I think he fell into a somersault.
Well,
I think that might have been that blue moon. He was helped.
He pulled it off, though.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
He pulled it off. He stuck the landing.
I liked watching
he
that
rolled
guy
with it.
spend $310,000 last night on one.
Yeah.
I like watching people have that much money spend it.
Was that what was spent on the Montana one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$310,000.
Yeah.
So we left right before it.
I
That
know.
Austin, but we watched all the other ones.
It was at like 170. Boy, we went from 170 to like 300 quick.
Well, I watched that doll sheep. See, this is what we have to deal with.
20 minutes.
You got 20 minutes. So last night we were watching the doll sheep's what surprised me for Alaska doll sheep toe hunt. I mean, $140,000 for a doll sheep hunt. I think that's got to be the record for that.
But
sheep
you
hunt.
get to hunt extra, right? On the doll sheep hunt.
Yeah. Well,
You get to
the whole
hunt.
season.
You get to hunt like an extra day or something.
Yeah, maybe half a day.
I'll
but-
pull it up. See, you get some because like in the California one, you get a month.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about the doll, but just still, $140,000 for the. But I mean, the money goes into conservation. I mean, it's worth. What they're doing is awesome because all the money goes back into the Wild Sheep Foundation. It's
Right.
Not half of it's going back to the state's general budget. It's all coming here to be spent for program. You know,
And that was
conservation programs.
Friday night, right?
Yes.
I've got the catalog here on my phone. We'll look and see. Some of them went high.
Yeah, some of them did. I mean, some of them were really reasonable. I saw a mountain goat hunt go for $10,000, which is normally a $13,000 to $15,000 trip. So I mean,
Do you remember which one it was?
it was the
Alaska?
doll sheep.
All right, so here's
The,
the Rocky Mountain Bighorn with the Indian Reservation.
it was after
Mountain Goat. Alaska Doll Sheep Permit. So you get the special permit includes all of the drawing permit areas in the mountain.
Yep.
So
So it's good for all the areas.
good for all the areas.
Yeah. So you can pay scouts to go into all the areas, go
Right.
find you the biggest ram they can find, and hopefully you're capable of getting to that location physically.
Yeah, so all of it's been on draw since 2008, and they let them guys. If you bought that, you can hunt anywhere you want to
Yeah.
in that area.
So E3 and me put in for the draw there, and actually my son Flint as well. We all three put in to draw that tag as well this
Now
year.
here's one in the there was a doll sheep, a grizzly, and a caribou
No, that's actually donated by the outfitter.
in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge.
Right.
So that didn't go as high.
No.
I missed that. We was outside watching the race, so I just caught the Montana one.
Well, that
So-
Montana one was special.
If you do get those hunts, what happens if you have to hike through snow?
Oh,
There ain't no snow up there in August.
I don't know. You're just in Alaska.
Listen. We would bring snowshoes.
Oh,
I've learned my lesson.
yeah.
You've tried to kill me once. She'll succeed the next time. And all my friends are going to crowdfund Johnny Cochran from the grave to get her off the hook because I probably deserved it.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Well, I think we're about to finish up, right? Because they're about to start talking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
time to go win sheep hunt.
Yeah,
Or go
I
stand
was
there and watch
hoping.
somebody else get excited.
I was actually hoping they were going to call your name while you're sitting here.
This
Or-
nice
so I could
table
see-
you'd got, they'd been flipped over as fast as I'd left this place right here. You remember that Ray Stevens video about sitting up with the dead?
Yes,
and the
I
preacher
do.
said, I'm going out the back door. Ray Stevens said, preacher, there ain't no back door. And he said, there is one now. That's what it would have been like through this wall and these
Oh.
fellas
Was that the
behind
squirrel
it.
in church?
Yeah, the squirrel in church, wasn't
Yeah.
it? When the guy died
Yeah.
and set up with the dead, preacher
Yeah.
said, I'm going out the back door. Do you remember that?
I know Ray Stevens.
Yeah, they used to play that on the CMT or
Yeah.
when they actually played music
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
I've got an old Ray
They were
Stevens
liberal.
CD.
You don't know what we're doing, do you? I'm talking about.
She's probably too young.
Very funny. No, I'm just sitting here drinking my grape juice.
Your grape
Your fermented grape juice. Did you say Ray Stevens a liberal?
No,
Oh.
CMT.
Oh, is it liberal?
Well, they took the Dukes of Hazzard off. I mean, how?
We've not had cable in years. Why did they take Dukes of Hazzard off?
Why would you suggest? Why would you think? The Confederate flag on top of the.
Oh, I
General
thought they was
Mills.
trying to cut back on moonshine running.
No, they didn't care about the moonshine.
Oh, that's still alive and well.
That's
You
yeah.
can't even watch TV. Everybody wants to ruin it for people. I think
Exactly.
when people try to make a rule, they should be a committee of like local truck drivers and hunters that if they don't agree with you, they get to whoop you with a rubber hose if you want to continue with your idea. That would solve a lot of problems, right? Like,
It's all back. It goes all back to whipping.
yeah,
Always goes.
yeah.
back to whipping.
Whoever come up with that didn't have a daddy to whoop the rear end when they was little.
Exactly.
So, well, we appreciate you letting us be on, and I appreciate you letting Allie tell stories about how unfit I am in the snow.
Yeah. We got to hear about your first date and how awful it was.
So I'm going to be the one to get the sheep, is what the story is.
Oh.
Up the mountain.
Yeah,
I will be the one getting all the sheep.
I hope so. Somebody's got to kill one.
Well, you got a good camera lady here to follow you. You know she can keep up with you.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
can't be the camera lady if I'm in front of him all the time.
No,
That's
you watch
true.
it. You filming him
That's
coming
true.
up the mountain.
That's true.
You want to see his face. No, you want to see his back.
As he's sweating and
Well, guys,
struggling.
we appreciate you letting us come on and talk to you, and
All right, buddy.
excited about the Hunt360 website, and hope you guys kill it.
We do too.
We
I appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate your
Thank
interest
you.
in the
It's
conversation we've
awesome.
had about it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Anything to get more people involved.
Exactly.
You know, that's where it's at. And access. A lot of people don't have access. They don't know where to get access.
It's all
You know,
about content. I mean,
it's
getting
not-
that content all
right.
in one spot.
Right. Usable content that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not like, hey, I took this chick on this whatever hunt and we flew her in and brought 16 camera guys. That's not relatable for anybody.
No.
Just like a dude out with a rifle killing something. All right, we ready? We got to go for the thing.
We do.
All right. She tells me more
Thank you,
stories, guys.
Hunt360. Thank you. I'm gonna go on a sheep hunt.
All right. Good luck.
Bye,
It's
guys.
our pleasure.
Bye.
Good luck.
See you, buddy.